And we're back. Joe, let's get into the Sunday recap real quickly. Let's go over the Thanksgiving games. Bills and Lions. The
Great
Bills
game.
pull it out. The Lions did cover though. 28-25 Bills win. Um it was the Jamal Williams show once again.
Hmm.
DJ Chark also got involved, but I was the only thing really to talk about here that I have is I was really upset. I know you got upset later in our matchup that Dalton Schultz scored twice,
Oh yeah.
but like this was fucking ridiculous. I mean, he didn't do a damn thing. Diggs didn't do a damn thing all game and then just had 20 points probably within like, I don't know,
15
10 minutes.
targets. I mean, it was like he had like 10 targets and I think he had like two catches.
Whatever.
I mean, that
I,
that math doesn't add up when I think about it, but at the same time, the connection just like I mentioned some in the group chat, the connection was just like strangely not there. They weren't on the same page for most of the game, but he does find the end zone later on and like a 5 point play late in the game with like a 40-yard catch to set up that game winning field goal. Diggs just is he's the wide receiver one at the moment. So
mm-hmm,
not much you can say.
mm-hmm.
I love you, Stephon
Dallas
Diggs.
Dallas beats the Giants 28-20. It wasn't that close. There was a meaningless touchdown scored by the Giants.
Yeah.
Zeke, he's the one who got the touchdown. Pollard did out carry him, but Zeke 16 for 92 in a touchdown. Barkley 11 for 39 in a touchdown.
Nobody wants Zeke. I was shopping Zeke for a long time. Nobody seems to want
I
him, but
got
he
him in
just
the league.
he continues to get it done. You know,
Mm,
continues to find the end zone.
I wanted him a while ago, but your price was too steep.
I
Dallas
don't even
8-3,
remember.
Giants 7-4. And then the final game of Thanksgiving, Vikings win 33-26. Kirk Cousins looked pretty damn good, and I benched him in a couple leagues.
Yeah.
But I think it actually was like 1 point less with Derek Carr.
Yeah, it wasn't that big of a difference.
And then I played in another league. I think I played. Oh, actually, this is what it was. Remember, I told you I played Cousins in all three leagues last week, and he got like
Hmm.
2, 2, and 0.
Yeah.
So in the two leagues he got two, I played Derek Carr over him in one less point, and I played Geno over him in the other. And I think it was about the same. And
Yeah.
then the one league I did play him in, I have Trevor Lawrence, who scored
Oh,
like 30. So
yeah.
it was great. Dalvin Cook had a stinker. Justin Jefferson was
Hmm.
good. Thielen got in the end zone. Hawk. I love the Hawk ever since he's been in
Dude, him in Minnesota is awesome. I
yeah,
love
well,
it.
he's a real Viking.
Yeah.
Hunter Henry and Aguilar score. God, who gives a shit?
Ramondre
Um,
Stevenson, 9 catches, I think it was.
Yeah, that helped him out because 7 for
Nuts.
36.
Yeah.
And yeah, those were the Thursday night football games. Let's jump into Sunday. I mean, I just don't even care enough to really get like heartbroken by the Ravens anymore. I'm just around it too much. I don't know what to say. I mean, they're not really a fun team to watch. I don't know. As someone who's not a Ravens fan, I wouldn't like. I don't know what guy you want on fantasy for this team.
I mean, things just aren't clicking offensively for this team. Usually the defense has kept them in games. The Jaguars were able to score this past Sunday, but yeah, I mean, Mark Andrews hasn't been scorching the earth.
He
Usually,
had a drop. He had a really, really bad drop. Now they ended up scoring a touchdown on that drive. I don't know if you remember this. He had a touchdown catch, and I don't know how he dropped it.
I don't remember seeing it. I don't know if I saw it
You
on
should
Red
look it up
Zone.
at one point, and you'd be like, "How did he drop?" I mean, it was right in his hands. It was like
I
I
know
don't
what's
even know
his
how to
name.
explain it.
Oliver found the end zone with like 5 or 6 catches. Had like the Isaiah Likely role
Revenge
going
game,
on there. Yeah, he was a Jag, and yeah, I mean Lamar got it done for fantasy, but
really, because of the late
it's
stuff.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like Lamar scoring 25 fantasy points, and there's no pass catcher that you were really happy with. So
No. The final score, by the way, I never said it. Jaguars 28, Ravens 27. Jags 4-7, Ravens 7-4. So Michael Hasty, I mean, he had a good day on the kind of
oh,
through the air.
that's Travis Etienne, basically.
Yeah. Zay Jones, 11 for 145. He looked like the second coming of Jerry Rice.
Yes, he did. Oh my God,
And
I
kind of
started him in my big money league. It was phenomenal to watch. I'm sorry,
kind of a
it was against you,
dud
but
for Christian Kirk, but those kind of happen. But
yeah,
the only thing I want to take away from this is I think I really want Trevor Lawrence to be a thing. It's kind of
me
his
too.
breakout game,
I
be
like
a
Trevor
little
Lawrence.
fantasy option for the rest of the year.
Yep.
I don't know if you're on that. You think he can be? I mean, I guess you have to look at his matchups, but I think he's top. I think he might be QB 12 in the year.
Yeah, he's right on that QB1 fringe. I mean, he runs the ball decently well when he scrambles as well, so he has some upside on that side as well. And I mean, he's just been kind of getting it done with multiple different receivers, kind of spotty here and there. Who's going to be the guy that's going to get 10 targets? But whoever it is has put up good fantasy numbers on the week.
Our next game is going to be a tough one, so just buckle in. The 3-8 Broncos lose to the 4-8 Panthers. Panthers 23
I
to
was
10.
happy.
Russell Wilson
Sucks.
19 to 35, 142 and a touchdown. QBR at 29.1. Um, I
I mean, at
I
least
mean
Cortland
Cortland
Sutton
Sutton's
had
675.
he's been a nice flex the past 3 weeks if you flexed him. He's on my team in our league. Obviously, I've played him one of those 3 weeks, I think. But I mean, you wouldn't be upset with your flex getting you 10 to 13 points, which is what he's done the past 3 weeks. So I mean, I
I'm
guess
just really
that's
looking at this
okay
roster.
for fantasy. Latavius
Mhm.
Murray had like a 70-yard run or something like that where he got caught
52. He
52
looked good. I
yard.
don't know why they didn't run the ball. 13 carries for
Yeah.
92 yards. Keep running the football.
Yeah. I mean, they got down. I was happy. I was happy that Panthers were just shafted them because I hate the Broncos with a passion.
I had the running backs on both sides of this game, and they both ran the ball well, but neither of them got
Yeah,
into the end zone, which
I
really
know.
would have helped.
Yeah,
um,
definitely.
by the way, Marlon Mack got 2 carries, so
He's a thing. He's still
he,
alive.
he's a
Soup Soup thought he killed him, but he's alive.
he's a lot. Yeah, I mean Chuba Hubbard got 17 carries for 65 yards, which is entirely too much. But Deonta Foreman 24 for 113. This guy is a monster.
Yeah, he really is. They
Didn't get into the
just
end
can't
zone
get
though.
him in the end zone.
This is a pro PJ Walker podcast. I also like Sam Darnold. I
Yeah,
always wanted him to work out,
I have no negative thoughts towards Sam Darnold. I mean, he only had 11 completions, but looked all right, I guess you could say.
and he ran one touchdown. Although he,
Yeah.
he ran it and then fumbled it and then picked it up and went back into the end zone. So
Yep. It's just like the first 3 games last year where we thought the Panthers were legit. Sam Darnold is back. He had a rushing touchdown in like all of those games.
all I'm
That's
gonna say
exactly what
is
this is.
I think the only way this Panthers, because they're not good,
Nah.
but like they actually
Nah.
have some decent fantasy options. But the only way they're not fantasy, like the fantasy options are not available, is if it's Baker. If it's PJ or Darnold, I think those guys like you
Yeah.
you can get some stuff. But if it's Baker, I mean, no, there's no chance.
Yep.
He kills it. DJ Moore 4 for 103 and a touchdown. Just a DJ Moore type of day every
Yes,
once
it
in a while.
is.
Like, I mean, you have no
Yeah.
idea what you're gonna
Every
get.
once in a blue moon, you're going to get one of those 20 plus point weeks from DJ Moore with a touchdown,
Mm.
100 yards.
The Browns in overtime beat the Buccaneers 23-17. Browns are 4-7.
I think I hate the Buccaneers too now,
But
except for
the
Chris
Buccaneers are
Godwin.
five and
I do
six.
love Chris Godwin.
Mike Evans was targeted 9 times. He caught 2 balls for 31 yards. Oh my god, I was watching all day of Mike Evans in my big money. I mean, they weren't even catchable. But
I
guess who
mean,
gets the touchdown? I said his name earlier. You know it. Everyone loves him. Everyone
oh,
all together now. Co
Co.
Keith.
I forgot the last name. I knew it was Co something. But
Um,
I
yeah,
mean,
that was great.
luckily I don't have any shares of Mike Evans because that has been gross recently. Tom Brady. I mean, I don't know what his official stat line was, but I mean, I think he found the end zone twice, so probably got the job done for fantasy. But this team,
Rashad White, 9 catches.
dude,
How
what
do
is
they lose?
going
How do they lose
on?
this game? They just let them
Their
stay in
defense is
there.
great. The offense somehow is just not there anymore, and they let the Browns stay in the game, like you said. They scored late with the David Njoku touchdown. Nick Chubb got it in the end zone in overtime, and that was that. I mean, I don't really have too much else to say. Donovan Peoples-Jones, we mentioned, did have a first dud in a while, but he's a wide receiver. Wide receivers have bad games. I'm not thinking any different of Donovan Peoples-Jones, who seems to be a very safe flex play. And Amari Cooper, 16 fantasy points, I believe, on a decent day. Did
Almost
have
scored a
one.
touchdown.
He did have one crazy drop as well. Talking about the Mark Andrews drop that you just couldn't believe.
Oh
It
yeah.
was like 4th and 7 or something like that. They went for it, hit Amari Cooper in the chest, and he just dropped it. And he just like he didn't like freak out. He just went to the sideline and was just like that actually just happened. Luckily, it didn't end up costing the game because I like Amari Cooper too. He's a good wide receiver. Seems like a good dude.
I like
So
him too.
yeah,
He almost had an even a bigger day. I think so. In overtime, he had that 45-yard reception.
yeah.
I think he went out of bounds at like the 3 or like I think inside the 5. So he could have scored there, and that really would have blown up his day. I want to say Sam Smith was asking me to play either Amari Cooper or Christian Kirk. And I gave him so many reasons why I said Amari Cooper, and he pretty much told me to stick it. So I don't even know why he asked for my I don't even know why he asked for my advice.
That's
But Amari
funny.
Cooper did outscore
Thanks for nothing.
Christian Kirk. Yeah, I mean, Rashad White looked damn good. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and you have 64 yards on the ground, 45 through the air, and 9 catches. I don't really know what to think though, because Leonard might come back, and I feel like he just vultures touchdown
I think it's just
opportunities.
gonna be.
So
I don't see how it's not a split work with Leonard getting the goal line. That's just how I'm.
yeah,
That's how I'm predicting it.
Dolphins they roll
Yeah,
Houston
this can be a quickie.
30-15. Miami 8-3. Houston 1-9-1. Yeah, they tied the first game, and then I think did they win their second or third game?
Something like that.
Um,
I don't remember who they beat, but might have been the
ooh,
Jags.
yeah. Well, Damian Pierce, here it is, 5 for 8.
Yep, gross.
5 for 8, and no targets for Damian. Oh no, excuse me, 6 targets, 3 catches for 8 yards. So 16 total yards for Pierce. That's dynamite. Um, yeah, it's a pretty anemic offense. I know he looked matchup proof. Um, I don't know
Seemed
what
like
you do with him
I mean,
because
for a
this team
while it
can't move
seemed
the
like
football.
no matter what it was, score. I mean, they were going to pound the football, but that idea has gone with the wind, and Texans have become the first team that you're starting 0 players. The Panthers were one of them at one point, I would
Ooh,
argue, but
yeah.
to Foreman and maybe it's the Falcons and the Texans, maybe the two teams that you're starting 0 players.
Brandon Cooks, um, 559, but I'm okay with saying
Thank you. Fuck you. Bye.
Yep.
um Dolphins. I mean Waddle and Hill. They were catch apart, 6 and 5, both for 85 yards. It didn't score. I mean, it got out of hand. I think there was
Yeah,
like a
exactly.
defensive touchdown and just they were turning the ball over. So I don't even think a lot of people played. The Dolphins. Did you see the thing? The Dolphins team points over under was 30.5. They had 30 at halftime and they ended the
Oh,
game with 30.
that's
Oh my
brutal.
God.
That's brutal.
Let's go to the Jets and the Bears. Jets win 31-10. They're 7-4. Bears 3-9. There was no Justin Fields. Um, kind of burned. I think it could have been a better fantasy day all around for that. But
Yeah.
Mike White,
In the pouring rain, Mike White getting it done to multiple receivers. Elijah Moore
315
back from
and
the dead.
3. Zonovan Knight was the main guy, 14 for
Donovan.
69. And then Ty Johnson did score 62 yards on 5 carries. Ty
Yeah,
Johnson.
he looked good when they gave him the ball. I saw that. I saw the big run that he had. He looked explosive.
Garrett Wilson, 5 for 95, 2 touchdowns. Elijah Moore is alive, 2 for
Yep.
64 and a touchdown. On the Bears side, really, I mean, Claypool had a 31-yard catch, which brought his total yards to 51, but really nothing on the Chicago side. The one
Nah.
touchdown was
Nah.
Simeon to Byron Pringle. How did I miss that? He should have been on the irrelevant. Um, that's on me. Montgomery, 14 for 79, so he looked okay. But obviously, this offense without Justin Fields is not going to look very good at all. So hopefully he comes back. You got anything else to say about it? Because I'm done with this game.
Nope. Keep it rolling.
Perfect. Let's go to Tennessee. The Bengals win 2016. They're 7-4. Tennessee now 7-4. A lot of teams stacked up at 7-4 there.
Yeah.
Derrick Henry,
Did you say
17.
Tennessee won, by the way?
I said, let's go to Tennessee. Bengals then won 20 to
Bengals won.
16.
Okay. Just making sure. Sorry. For
Yeah,
some
yeah.
reason, I thought I heard Tennessee won. You're the host.
Iron sharpens iron. Derrick Henry 17 for 38. I don't know what his finish is. I'm sure he wasn't a Tyler of the week because I
It
mean,
was 14.7, I
and it's
believe, is
all
the
from
final.
yards. He had 3 catches for 79
Yep.
yards. 3 catches for 79 yards. By the way, his longest was 69, and he fumbled a ball he got into the end zone. Um,
You
Yeah,
don't
that
see
was
that
great.
very often. Derrick Henry one fumbling and also on a giant breakaway play. He's somebody that breaks away and there's no second thought. He's gone.
They
They
looked a
got
little
him.
weird though, because Treylon Burks, he finishes with 4 catches for 70 yards and obviously fell on a touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah.
But he had a 51-yard completion, and he's had a couple big plays, which got him
Hmm.
down to I think inside the 5, and they did not score, or they did not score a touchdown, I should say.
That's definitely different because I think Tennessee's the best red zone offense in the NFL. Having a guy like Derrick Henry, like when that goes to like touchdown percentages,
Yeah.
is what I'm talking about. So that's definitely shocking. Um, Robert Woods, I don't think he
Ugh.
is rosterable. Do you think? Do you think he
No,
really should be on a
no,
roster? All
no.
right, just making
It's
sure.
it's Derrick Henry and Burks.
Yeah, I
I
mean Bengals
yeah,
side, Samaje
maybe
P
Hilliard.
Ryan got the job done for Joe Mixon missing. Joe Burrow ran a little bit as well, 9 for 32. T
Yeah,
Higgins,
whoa, Joe. Whoa, hold on there, Joe. 9 for 32. That's
Big Joe B baby.
slow it down there, pal.
T Higgins, of course, the guy 9 targets, 7 for 114, and a touchdown. Hayden Hurst with a good tight end day, 6 for 57, nothing to on 9 targets as well.
Nothing to blow your nose at.
No, Tyler Boyd though, weird. He had been a guy throughout the first like half of the NFL season, even with Jamar and T Higgins, who had kind of been on and off getting it done, but recently the targets have not been there. 2 for 16 on 4 targets. Strange. The Irwin dude, what's his first name? Trenton Irwin.
Trenton Irwin.
He's the new third wide
Yeah,
receiver in Cincinnati.
he's something. He's always just around. You
Yeah, he
know,
really is. He's just there all of a sudden.
he's
Trenton
the Luke
Irwin with
Kuechly
with
of
a
offense. He
with
just
a
is
third
around the
and
ball.
seven completion.
Yeah. I should have gone here second, Joe. I apologize, but Washington beats
I
Atlanta
was thinking this.
19-13. I just forgot to be honest.
Sorry, not a huge fantasy thing, anyways.
Yeah. Washington now 7-5. Atlanta 5-7. Washington, are they going on bye? They have next week by
I
the
think
last
it's
week
I
of
think it's
bye.
14. I think it's week 14 is the
Okay,
bye.
so it'll be next week. There's two teams on bye this week, and there's 6 next week.
Yeah, week 14 bye for Washington.
I mean Atlanta's abysmal to watch.
Yep.
Zacchaeus led the way with 5 for 91, and then the next person's Drake London for 2 for 29. That's
I
just
mean, where's that for Drake London? 5 for 91. Your number
8
one
targets.
overall
Fucking
drafted pick.
ridiculous. Algier, Patterson, they ran the ball 11 times for pretty much the same amount of yards. Neither of them scored. Caleb Huntley, so he only had 1 carry for 12 yards, and I saw that 1 carry. It got a red zone show, and it was a
Yeah,
damn good looking carry.
it
He looked
was.
shifty. Made a move. God, they should have given the ball more. They might have
That's
fucking
funny.
won. I mean, the Washington side, there's really nothing that great to talk about. I mean, it was
Brian
Brian
Robinson.
Robinson. That
Congrats
was
on your
it.
first soup of the week for Brian Robinson.
18 for 105, also 2 catches, 20 yards, got in the end zone. But I mean, outside of Brian Robinson, you wouldn't have been happy starting any of these people.
Yeah. Shout out to the defense getting that big time interception at the end of the game. That was huge. That's all I got to say. I'm very happy. Obviously, I mean, we don't play team defenses, but Washington's team defense has been getting the job done for the past like 5 weeks. I think we've won like 5 of 6 or 6 of 7. And it's been mainly accounted to the defense and Taylor Heineke keeping us in games, only making a couple of errant throws a game.
Chargers, they go to Arizona and win 25-24. Chargers 6-5, Arizona 4-8, and Keenan Allen finally showed up.
Good for Justin Herbert, dude. I was really happy that they put that drive together at the end of the game, got the 2-point conversion because I'm a big Justin Herbert fan, just as a player. So that was really cool to see. Having Keenan Allen back just I think does wonders for Justin Herbert to have that guy.
5 for 49 with a touchdown. Eckler 11 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown. I mean,
him too. That's nice to have him too.
5 carries for 20 yards. You know what Eckler is? He's just a wide receiver one that also gets like RB2 production. That's what makes him
He's basically Debo on steroids because
reverse.
Yeah, I guess that's true because Debo got. I mean, but I don't know if it's reversed though because Debo never got the 11 targets really.
Well, that's why it's weird because he's a running back who
Yeah.
gets used as a wide receiver, and Debo
okay, so
was
that's
a
why
wide
you're saying
receiver
reverse. Yes,
who gets
yes.
used as a running back.
Yes, made sense. I didn't catch it. You're right.
James Conner, 25 carries, 120.
He
He's
looked
back.
good too. Every time he touched the ball, I swear, every time I looked at ESPN, his yardage and your points went up by 20 points every drive. It seemed like he was just getting 20 yards.
Yeah, and he scored a receiving touchdown, 3 for 20. D Hop 4 for 87 and a touchdown. Marquise Brown was back, kind of. I don't want to say quiet because he had a fine day, but I just feel like there wasn't a lot of like attention in the fantasy world about how
Yeah, it
Hollywood
definitely
was
wasn't.
back. 6 for 46. There was no Rondale Moore this week, so maybe they'll be able to put it all together. And Robbie Anderson won't play another snap of football. I really used to like big old Bob Anderson, but he's just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Herbert was obviously back. He ran a little more. 3 touchdowns. So finally, what you wanted to see out of him, Kyler. 56 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown is really what gives him that baseline. But he also threw for 2 touchdowns, only 191 yards. But both quarterbacks were good for fantasy this week. Next game is the one that I want the best of 17 series. The Raiders
Yep.
win 40-34 in Seattle. Raiders 4-7, Seattle 6-5. Derek Carr 3 touchdowns to throw 2 picks. And you know what was crazy? I was looking at this because I have Josh Jacobs. Actually, no, that's why his points total was so crazy in our league. Both interceptions Derek Carr threw, Josh Jacobs had both tackles. So that's why I
Oh,
had
did
2
he
extra
really?
points. Yes.
Or no, I thought Devontae Adams had a tackle, didn't he?
I saw Josh Jacobs had 2 tackles. Maybe they gave, yeah, it was
Yeah, I don't
wild.
know. It's possible.
That game started, and I was really panicking because I was in the studio, like we weren't going to start yet.
Oh
And the
my goodness,
first
I
play,
know.
Derek
Um,
Carr throws it pick, and I'm like, perfect. And then he gets hurt, and I'm
I
like, he might
know.
leave the
That's what I
game.
thought
I'm
you were
like,
talking about.
and I was like, oh, that's just wonderful.
Dude, that's so, I mean, it's terrible to say, but when I saw that, I was like, "Oh my goodness, are you serious?" Because we're in a barn burner, both having good weeks, and then he comes back in, still has a great day. Devontae Adams got it done. He didn't go nuclear, which thank goodness.
Oh my god, if he would have
Um,
just caught 1 touchdown, it would have really helped. But
yeah.
seven for
Mac
40 or
Hollins
seven
found
for
the end
74.
zone. Yeah, Hollins found the end zone. Foster Moreau found the end zone. If I would have
Amir
started him,
Abdullah,
that would have been great.
everybody not named
Amir Abdullah, yep.
Devontae Adams.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs obviously had his day. On the flip side, Kenneth Walker got the job done for fantasy for the most part. Could have been a much bigger day if they just ran the ball more, to be honest. He didn't have that many carries. In the passing game, Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf got it done per the usual. Yeah, Kenneth Walker, I mean, he did have 14 carries, so I guess that is more than I thought he got. So I guess the
Yeah, it's
ground
quiet down.
yeah, I'm sorry. The ground game just wasn't there 100%. 14 for 26. That's pretty gross. But did have 1 for 13 in the air and found the end zone twice. I mean, on both of his touchdown runs, he looked great. They weren't like within the 5. They were both like 12 or 10-yard carries, I'm pretty sure. But he did have of like a 15-yard or maybe like a 12-yard loss on a run. I don't know if you saw it
No, I did not.
he got hit like 3 yards behind the line and
Kept
shed
going.
the tackle and then reverse field and went like 10 yards negative. And I think it was at least minus 10 yards on the play. And he ended up getting pushed out of bounds. Not ideal. So that definitely lost a lot of his rushing yards too.
You know what else
And
helped was Max Crosby got a sack
oh my
right
God, I
before the end.
know. Dude, he had like one tackle going into the fourth quarter, ended up with 2 or 3 tackles and one
A
and a half
sack and a
sack.
half.
Yeah, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that game was great for fantasy because I have Josh Jacobs in another league as well. So after coming off a great game, here's 2 ones that weren't that great. And then we'll end with a gem. The Chiefs
Yep.
win 26-10. They're 9-2. Rams are 3-8. The Rams are dead. I don't even know if they're going to bring back anybody. They might just shut it down now.
Yep.
Is there anything to say? Perkins
Nah,
threw a touchdown that went to Van Jefferson.
he stinks.
The big thing to say, Kansas City, Pacheco, 22 for 69, got into the end zone. Travis Kelce obviously got into the end zone, but didn't really do much outside of like that first kind of drive.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a weird day for the Chiefs. They just kind of grinded it out. You know, Ronald Jones played football.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like MVS.
I mean, Juju coming off the injury.
Yeah, I think that's still
Uh,
the guy you want. Probably a tough
Yep.
start coming off the concussion, but I'm still on the anti-MVS. I don't want him.
I had
You
hope
shouldn't either.
I had hope preseason, but not anymore.
Mm-mm. And then this game really sucks. San Francisco beat the Saints 13-0. San Francisco 7-4. New Orleans 4-8. And New Orleans doesn't score. And then Kamara stat line was 7 for 13, 6 for 37 through
fumbles.
the air, 2 fumbles. Olave 5 for 62, and they also took away a big completion of his because they said it wasn't a catch.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know how that wasn't a catch. I mean, he made the football move. I thought he had multiple feet down, and
Just some bullshit.
the ground caused the fumble. I didn't think that that was possible. They said incomplete pass. I don't know, but
And then San Francisco scores 13 points, which isn't very good. They scored 1 touchdown, and it wasn't anyone named Mitchell, McCaffrey, or I guess Garoppolo threw it, but Debo, Ayuk, Kittle, Ray McLeod.
none of them. It's Greg Jennings,
So
wasn't it?
no, Jawan Jennings. It wasn't
Jawan
Greg
Jennings.
Jennings
I
on a
love doing
broken
that.
leg.
I love doing that, messing up first names on
Yeah,
not
but
on not
it
on
was
purpose, but
the game kind of sucked overall. I mean, I didn't. This is like the 4 o'clock ones. I was kind of not able to pay attention to as much, but I saw it up there, and I was just like, this game stinks. I don't know if you got that same vibe.
yeah, except for the Seahawks Raiders, obviously. This Sunday night football game, much better though.
Yeah, well, the Eagles win 40-33. They're 10-1. Green Bay 4-8. There's 73 total points in this game, and then 74 in the Raiders Seattle game. Jalen Hurts 16 of 28, 153, 2 touchdowns. Devonta Smith had 450. AJ Brown 450, 4 for 46 with the touchdown that was
Mm.
so desperately needed. He also fumbled like an asshole.
Yes. Oh my God, I
Oh
was
my
celebrating.
God. On the other side, though, I was chasing about 39 points, and the guy's done. And I had Christian Watson, and I still have tonight Bobby Okereke, and who else do I have? Michael Pittman. And Christian Watson gave me a chance with his big game. I mean, he still has drops here and there, but you got to ride the hot hand, wouldn't
So
you?
so you do IDPs in multiple leagues, huh?
Yeah, I do.
This is the only league I've ever done that in, ever actually. But yeah, I mean, shout
I
out
have him and Lazard. I've had Lazard
shout out
all
Jordan
year.
Love for
Yeah, I
that.
do. But like, so I've had him and Lazard all year, or Lazard all year. I picked up Watson about 2 weeks ago. Didn't start Watson last week. Started Lazard. I mean, I just got to keep starting Watson. He's the hot hand right now.
He hasn't given you a reason to sit him yet.
Yeah. So, uh, Aaron Jones was good through the air. AJ Dillon was decent on the ground, though. I
Yeah,
still can't think I wouldn't trust him
I
putting him in the
know.
lineup.
This game kind of, I mean, it's hard to say for the future, but this was his best game of the season by far for AJ Dillon. Just from the looks and fantasy output, he found the end zone. I mean, that tandem looked back to normal, but I don't know.
Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders combined for 300 rushing yards
Yeah,
by
that was
themselves.
fucking nuts.
So that was something. Miles Sanders' big day. Kenneth Gainwell got in the end zone, and then Boston Scott completed for
Naturally.
24 yards. But yeah, I mean AJ Brown, hold on to the fucking ball. It would look even better. Damn it. All right, well that was Sunday recap. Obviously we don't know what happened on Monday Night Football yet, but we can go into our Thursday night preview for Week 13. It's 2 teams that just played on Thursday night on Thanksgiving.
Yep.
It's Buffalo at New England. Buffalo's 8-3, New England's 6-5. This is gonna be on the first day of December, Joe. You feeling holly and or jolly?
Hell yeah, it's Christmas time. Christmas started when November 1st, in my opinion, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, this game,
Well, let me set it up for you, Joe. The Bills are 5 point
please do.
favorites on the road, and it's a 43.5 point over under.
That's a pretty low over under. Uh, I mean, fantasy wise, obviously on the Bills, the names are pretty simple. Or
Allen,
I'll say
Diggs,
this. I'll say
Singletary.
Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. I mean, Gabe Davis, most likely you're probably still playing him. Are you playing Devin Singletary against a tough Patriots front?
I think I would start him up this week.
Yeah, Devin. I was going to mention that I think Devin Singletary for some reason seems to have better games in the close ones, even though you would think it would be the opposite.
Yeah.
When they're blowouts, it's usually Josh Allen throws 4 or 5 touchdowns, and when they're close games, it seems as if they're running the ball a little bit more. On the flip side, it's Ramondre Stevenson and Jacoby
Jacoby Myers.
Myers.
Yeah, that's it. That's all I would start.
Yeah, that's all I got too. I mean,
I ain't starting Mac.
nah, it's hard to be against the Bills in any situation, and when you see a single digit number against an opponent when the Bills are playing, I lean to take that. So I'm going to ride with the Bills on Thursday.
Give me the Bills. Hey Joe, it was good to have you back.
I know. I'm excited for this part because I haven't said this in a while because we do have a Twitter account. It is at EastsideFF, capital ESFF at the end. We also have Apple Podcasts and YouTube where Testoni, my great co-host, does some editing. He slaps it on there at Eastside Fantasy Football. Go ahead and check us out there. Follow, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'm happy to be healthy and back. It's been a while. This was a great time. I missed doing this like in a coherent mindset. So
Joe,
I'm
just
back.
like Honey Nut Cheerios, you are back at the corner of happy and healthy.
Exactly. I'm loving it. I love Honey Nut
It's
Cheerios.
crunch time. Next time we come to you, it'll be December. I'm trying to fight out of the basement here. I'm fighting for playoffs in the other leagues. So,
Yep.
it's gonna be.
This is huge
I'm
fantasy
gonna be
football time.
invested tonight.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Yeah.
And obviously I know I'm in a better position, but I'm obviously fighting for a bye. So that's why this means a lot to me too. So we'll see. You guys already know when you listen to this. You already know what happened. Zaire Franklin. Did he get 13 fantasy points tonight? We don't know.
Thank God we don't do Monday or Tuesday morning stuffs anymore.
Yeah.
That would be heartbreaking. We'll have to tell a story about that one time. Hey, thanks for everyone who's listened. We'll be back in the month of December. I'm Nick Testoni for Joe Briner. This was the Eastside Fantasy Football Podcast. See you later.
Good luck, Testoni.